Welcome to the Quit Eating Animals Show, episode 21. We are live and figured we'd just come hang out for a little bit. I'll answer some questions. I just got a text from PETA. I will share that with you and how that has led to what we're going to be talking about today, a little bit at least, which is sewing rattlesnakes' mouths shut. And I'll get to that in a little bit. But first, and I'm going to also be responding to comments. One of those comments was, I'm an alcoholic, and essentially I'm going to say, yeah, I mean, I was. I think a lot of people that drink are, and this is another one of my non-alcoholic drinks that is actually one of my first ones, and I'll tell you a story about this one. This one's pretty fantastic. Run Wild is the name of this one, Athletic Brewing Company, and it's an IPA. And so the moment we said, or I said, I'm just not gonna drink anymore. So I looked up online and found an article about the best non-alcoholic drinks. This was one of them, and the reason why is it tastes exactly like an IPA. And when I brought it back home, and we put it in frosted mugs like this, so I gave it to Ava, and said cheers, and she took a sip, just like this, and was like, I thought we were done drinking. I said, we are. That's actually a non-alcoholic drink. And again, when I say non-alcoholic, this one is another 0.5% or less than 0.5%. They make zeros, which are also good. But this, I mean, again, there's like literally no alcohol in here. Not literally, but very little. All right. So a lot has happened. 227 subscribers. So appreciate you for that, all the subscribers. We're growing and a lot of people are listening, which is fantastic. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button, and we'll just continue to share the message of quit eating animals to try to inspire you to quit eating animals and give you a different perspective, coming at it from the animal's perspective, or just different ways to looking at it. In fact, I knew nothing about what we're going to be talking about today until today. And so I continue to learn about the treatment of animals and how, like, just what we're doing is absolutely insane and it's atrocious. And then when you stop and think about it and you apply this animal to other animals, it's like, we don't need to be doing this. And so not excited to share about it, but I think a lot of you haven't realized this type of thing goes on. And this was at festivals, around the state, around the country, different states. And so we'll talk about that in a bit. And so, a lot going on. 227 people, and appreciate the support. And little story, I had a little storage issue, so we had to fix the storage issue. New MacBook Pro. I had everything on the hard drive filled up, so I couldn't open up anything. It was a struggle, but now I got one of these bad boys. This is a 5 terabyte little hard drive here, and so moved all the files off of it, and now it's running a lot better. So I'm excited for that. Another bad thing happened. I was filming. Let me show you this film. This was going to be a great episode. This was a, and you'll see there's literally no audio, but I had Jace down here. It was fantastic, except for the fact that there was no audio. And this was right, obviously you see the video back here. We were under 200 subscribers, and so we were going to celebrate passing 200. And this was where I gave him a book called Abolish the Bow, and we'll talk more about that. But I was a little bit disappointed because this it was actually, can I move that? You'll see what episode. Yeah, see, it was 20. It was episode 20, and there was no audio to it, and so I was gonna edit it. It wasn't live, but I was gonna edit it and bring it up as show 20, cut a little bit. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a book review on it, and he's gonna teach us and talk to us about the things he's learning in the book. And I'm excited for it because it's just another one of those things. Continue to learn. I don't know a lot about it, and so we're going to learn from that. But that's okay. That things happen. Recorded it with no audio, and that's all right. Still got some good video, and we'll bring them back down, and we'll talk through that. So that'll be another episode. So that's exciting. What else? What else is going on? You'll see back here, I got the setup a little different. I got a poo here. I got a poo right over here over the YouTube counter, which is pretty sweet. A poo, for those of you who don't know, from The Simpsons, is vegetarian. He says it in the episode, but he got Lisa and talks about having tofu dogs at his restaurant, and those not even aware that they're tofu dogs. People didn't even notice the difference. And so that's just a cool story that people don't know. So a poo is the real deal. Let's just get into this PETA story. So I subscribed, and not to say PETA, let's talk about PETA for a little bit. And PETA is the people for the ethical treatment of animals. Okay, and a lot of different feelings about PETA and this and that, but for me, it's just more about learning. So I didn't know what PETA was, and so I subscribed to a text message where they send out texts about different things going on and just awareness type things. And so they text me every now and then. And so today's text came through at 4:30, and I'll read it to you. In fact, I'll bring it up. Here we have it right here. There it is. Look at this. Let me zoom in. And let's see. Reply Y, and all I have to do is reply Y to urge Oklahoma officials to investigate a photo booth exhibitor who partially freezes snakes and sews their mouths shut for pictures. And it's from PETA. And so I replied yes, because I was like, what is this? Like, let me find out more about this. And sure enough, it has a link to Apache Rattlesnake Festival on Facebook. I find that, like, number one, that's ridiculous. And I thought about, why would we ever want to sew a rattlesnake's mouth shut? Why would we want to do that? Why? And sure enough, now knowing, of course, if you're going to take a picture with a poisonous, venomous snake, of course you're going to have some safeguards in place to not allow that snake to bite you or bite the customers, in a sense. So they're paying money to be taking pictures up with the snake who has his mouth sewn shut. I don't even know, like, if you zoom in here, I mean, sure enough, you can see this snake's mouth is completely sewn shut. And then I thought about looking at it. I said, how would you get them to be able? How would you be able to? Would you ask the snake if you would? Do you think the snake would allow? That would feel good for the snake to do this? Like, no, you have to put that snake under anesthesia or some sort of medical contraption or something to be able to allow that snake to allow a person to sew its mouth shut. That to me is it's appalling. It really is. But then they freeze them. So this is what I found out. I dug a little deeper, and they freeze these snakes. They freeze the snakes, and when they get lethargic or to a temperature where they're basically frozen, stunned enough, and then the procedure is performed. And the first article I pulled up when I did this was an article about a man who tried to do this, was holding it up and trying to sew the mouth shut, but it ended up biting him, and he died a few hours later. And so these reptiles, this is a reptile, these animals though, these other creatures are certainly, we need to take care of them. We should not be doing these types of things to these animals. Now, this is a snake, and I looked up the Apache. Let's actually look up the Apache Festival here, and let's share a video on this. I just have this open. Let's check it out. Here we go.
In the middle of the snake pit here in Apache, Oklahoma, the Rattlesnake Festival.
This is from the festival.
Oh my God!
I'll let go of it.
Can I touch the rattle?
Yeah.
Oh God!
I shouldn't have did
Oh,
So this poor snake is being held,
that. What does that feel like, Eddie?
just being held up by its head, by its mouth, and they're all over the pit in there.
Stay with me, Candy.
I'm good. Look at
So
this. Like that?
this is actually in the festival. So these people have gone to the
nipple.
festival. This is from
Oh my
2013,
God.
Where you at?
9 years ago. Okay, but let's watch this a little further. Oh, before we got there,
Oh.
I mean, just not something we want to be a like. That doesn't look good fun to me. This doesn't look. But this is happening as a festival, and we're celebrating. This gentleman hangs up the snake, who's just been decapitated, and rips it
Rattlesnake, please.
apart. And why are they doing this? Because they eat them. They
Oh
sell
my God.
the cooked snack rattlesnake.
Oh. Tastes like chicken. You gotta be careful when you eat the rattlesnake though, because there are a lot of bones in there. The batter's really good.
So, okay. I think we've seen enough about the rattlesnake, the Apache Festival. Now, this was from 2013. You can see that they were around. They did a little show with the rattlesnake. Ha ha, very funny. Scared them. Got that. And then given to the butcher, put on the stump, the axe right across the head of the snake. And then they skin it and get the meat and then fry it up for people to consume. Just another why we do that. We don't have to. It's not necessary. So let's just leave the snakes alone. And then it got me into, they have hunts. They have different hunts for the Apache. They have different, snake hunting is a thing. And they go out. And this video, let's bring this up now. Do I still have it? Yeah, I do. Let's bring this up. All right. So, minute long.
Maybe. I'm thinking about it. Sure.
Yes, it's defend.
Oh my gosh, they take pliers.
You held it and they pulled it and they pulled them out with the pliers and they sew them up.
Oh my gosh.
They didn't feel really, so it doesn't bother?
I guess not.
Oh,
But
wow.
it constricts and you have to use like 4 people to hold it down.
It's trying to get away because it's got pliers in its mouth.
Ouch.
I'm glad they can't feel anything because that would be
Yeah, that would be painful.
So there you have it. So then you have actual real stories of people, girls, in this case, young girls, pulling or pulling the fangs out of snakes' mouths with pliers. To me, something that we should be aware of, that it happens and for what reason, and so that this girl can hold this snake out and not have the worry of it's going to bite anyone or so. And you can saw that the snake's tongue was still going through, but it was sewed shut. Just not something that we should be want happening. We should, do what we can to not support things like this, but to be aware of. Now, not many of us eat rattlesnake, but I think that that's just important, because if you just take rattlesnake or camel or cow or dog or pig or chicken, and they're all animals. And to me, it's just something that we need to start look at of as humans. What do we think that we can just take advantage and just do what we can, whatever we want, to other species because we are more powerful, or we can just take advantage of these other animals. And that's just something that to get you thinking a little differently. I think that not many people knew that this was the thing, sewing snakes' mouths shut. Just look at this. Just not something that we need to be doing. Not something at all. And so if you wouldn't want your mouth to be sewn shut, we shouldn't be partaking in sewing other species' mouths shut. All right, so that's rattlesnake mouth shut. Not cool, not fun at all. Let's get some of these comments here. Share my screen. Let's go back to, where is it? Not this. Let's just bring it up. All right. Let's go to the comments. All right. So let's talk about Peanut Arbuckle. I looked up Peanut Arbuckle, and I think it started early this morning, but Peanut Arbuckle is one of the people that just, rubbed the wrong way, came across the content, came across the video, and then got deeper and deeper, and then just can't help themselves from commenting over and over and on different things, and certainly made them feel a certain way. And so we're going to look at this all together, and I'm going to help answer them. Actually, I think I owe him a couple answers. And so I'll just answer them right here and now. So first one, 7 hours ago. These animals want nothing to do with you. This was on a hunting video, or just looking at deer. And I want nothing from them, which is true. I don't want anything from the animals. And so they don't want anything with me. That's fine. Okay, this is, damn, your kid looks sick and tired too. I should call CPS for neglect. This is where I think a lot of people will look at and say, once you find out that we're vegan or plant-based, that they'll make fun of, oh, wow, you look sickly, or you look sick, or you look deathly, or then now it's taking, oh, yeah, your kids look sick. I mean, first of all, that's opinion, not really concerned with looks. And I think I'm at the point where this isn't going to offend me. So you could talk about kids all you want. You could talk about anything, and I'm not going to take it personally. I just know where you're coming from. I just know that this has upset you, and you got to be in a bad place to where you go ahead and make a comment about, someone's looks just the way, because you understand that they don't eat animals and you do. So you have to understand where it's coming from. And I think I see that. And so this isn't going to be something that's going to make me upset or want me to come back in some combative way. In fact, I'm never going to combat in a combative or angry way. And so you literally can say what you want. I just know that it's something going on the other side. It's not anything that I'm doing. We get we're pushing our beliefs onto you. It's you come across this content or these questions, and it's got yourself thinking these things. So, don't try to get it twisted and turn it. And you can try, and it may work on other people, but it certainly won't work here on this channel with this family. It's just not going to work. We are so, I'm going to say, ingrained in this. This isn't a no longer belief. We have enough information that it's factual. This is the answer. It's just not known yet. And this is also the reason why we're going to make this content, because it's never going to change. It's not going to change. It's not going to look back here and say, wow, this guy had it wrong. I mean, we should have been eating animals all along. This is the right thing. That's not going to happen. And so this is another reason why this content is foolproof. This will last forever. Like these thoughts, these ideas of what we're doing to animals and looking at it from the animal's perspective, we're going to look back and be like, what were we doing? So this isn't going to offend me. I just know what place you're in, or these type of people that make this comment. I just know where you're coming from. So I'm okay with it. So that was a while ago too. So this was a video I just brought back, and it was from a while ago. So call CPS. It's been a while. He's been look, he's grown. I think it's been 4 years or so since that post or that video was shot. All right, this one I haven't got back to. You probably have nasty soy diarrhea every day. No, actually, pretty regular. Don't remember last time I had diarrhea, especially after not drinking. Haven't, this since we stopped alcohol. Another thing you should stop drinking if you have diarrhea or your stomach issues is dairy. Let me get on dairy for a little second. Dairy is meant for a baby cow. Another animal's mother produced the milk for that baby. We have no business drinking milk, cow's milk. We have no business. It would make more sense for humans to drink human milk or humans' milk. That would make way more sense. But we think it's good and delicious to consume cow's milk and what we do to cows. But we lose the enzyme lactase to process lactose, the sugar in the milk. That is the reason why we're lactose intolerant. We lose the enzyme to digest it right around 4 or 5 years old when we wean off of our mother. That's when we do it. So you likely have stomach issues and diarrhea and stomach pains if you consume dairy. So stop consuming dairy and you'll stop having stomach issues. Let's see here. Man, you look sick. Thanks. This is another one. Looks can be deceiving. So commenting on the way we look because we're vegan or we don't eat animals. Dude, you're sick, crusty, drunk, trying to make people go vegan. Yeah, that's it. So I also told myself I would reply to everyone and give everyone a self chance. And so Peanut Arbuckle may come across this video and comment more. We'll see. But I think there's one, and I'll share it. If you go back through, I don't know which video it was, but there's been a handful of great conversations of people starting like with some absurd comment, basically trying to troll. There's people that said that they were they planned on trolling me, but then they commented, and then we end up having a great conversation or a conversation back and forth, and hopefully getting them to think differently or just questions that you have to answer. And I know that there's a person on the other side, which is fascinating. And then I know that all the people coming across the other comments are going to look at that question and they're going to have to answer that same question, or then see the response and see the back and forth. And maybe that's going on through their own mind. And that happens. Whenever you think that you have a question, I think you should ask that question, because other people have that same question. And this is also a reason why I think I'm going to be responding to it live and giving a little bit more context, because this is only so much. You can only, go back and forth and, share an idea. But I think elaborating on it is going to be very helpful for most of you. And again, if you have any question, please ask it. Comment. I'm going to get back to you and ask it. This is another Peanut Arbuckle. I'm going to slaughter my sheep like this today just for you. I mean, you just got to understand how this affects. I mean, it affects you that much that you commented 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, we're still going. And so he's close. And this is also where I think if you're this conflicted and if this bothers you that much that you're talking and then that you're doing this, that you're commenting back and forth, you got to be thinking very hard about this. And I think you're actually closer than you think, because you wouldn't, what's fighting you that hard that this content, that these videos that we make are causing you to respond the way that you do. I think that says a lot. And I think if you can grasp that, what I just said right there, I think it's a pretty simple answer. You just got to be open to it. You got to be open to it as well and not closed off. I don't even know if Peanut, do you have sheep? I don't know. And there's I think I came across somebody that lives in the Philippines or some other country where they have the farm and it's not, it's not easily accessible or something. And so, okay, I don't know much about that. I can just tell you from what I do know. Look at this. This is still going. Dude, you're a sick, crusty drunk trying to make people go vegan. That's why I say thanks. Oh, that like an heart my own comment. Looks slow as hell and weak. This is one where I had Trey. I posted a video of Trey. He's our oldest. He's 13. Nasty move. And I've been watching him. I mean, we have 3 athletes. I was an athlete. Ava was an athlete. I mean, we have 3 athletes. I'm just trying to say, and this is what I'm going to showcase, is that, all our kids are on a fully plant-based diet. Right. And so they don't consume any animals, no dairy, and they're not missing a beat. In fact, I think that they have more energy. They're faster and stronger than those people that consume animals. I feel that. I see that. Of course, I'm biased. I can't prove that. It just doesn't correlate like that. But what I'm saying is that it's doable. It's certainly doable. And I just wish I would have started earlier. I wish that we would have known this, but I wish it doesn't matter. We found out, we made the decision at the time, and we're not going to look backwards. We just learn from what we continue to learn, and we draw the line in the sand, and we continue to just grow from it. Now, someone asked the question if I came across, if it found out that it was, not eating animals was certainly harming humans and my family, and we're slowly killing ourselves. Well, tough question, because that's not the case, and I don't think it ever will be. I'm not going to say never, but it certainly is not pointing in that direction. It doesn't make sense logically that eating animals and the type of animals that are sold and the way that they're processed and they're raised and bred. I mean, it doesn't make any sense logically to consume them for it to be healthy, for when you can get everything from a plant-based source. So that's not ever going to be the case. But again, if it was, I certainly would look at that, because I would not want to harm myself and my family based on that. So, of course I would reassess, but fortunately, from all the information we have right now, I don't need to make that decision, because the facts and everything is aligning to show that eating a 100% plant-based diet, eating no animals, no animal products, is the most healthiest, the most ethical, the best option. That's what we found. That's the facts that we've found. That's what we've learned. And I'm going to point these things out to you. There are so many, and if you have studies showing that that's not the case, feel free to post them, show them, but you're not going to find them. And so the decision is easy in my opinion. It's just hard. I think it's a hard pill to swallow. That's what it is. And for this gentleman or lady or Peanut Arbuckle, it's difficult for you to swallow. I get it. I understand. Let's see his question. Why don't you eat dildos since you're so used to eating cock then? Sorry, that's inappropriate for those of you. I apologize for Peanut Arbuckle in advance. So let me think about it. Peanut Arbuckle. Here we go. Here's another one. Oh no, a vegan retard is sucking his teeth at me like a sexual predator. Awesome. Sometimes I just don't know what to say. But Peanut Arbuckle is really feeling it. He's really and again, I appreciate him going through all these videos, all these shorts of mine. That's not even a full GSD. Man, this channel is retarded. Thanks. Thanks for the feedback. All right, so now we're getting somewhere. So he doesn't like it. He still keeps going. When someone comes to whoop your ass, just show them that you can jump over a box. Yes. Agility. And I don't know how Peanut Arbuckle is going to feel about me responding to him like this. Quit disturbing wildlife, he says. You may be vegan, but that doesn't mean you can stop to have sex with every animal you find. I mean, I don't know. I run out of things to say to poor Peanut Arbuckle, but he is feeling it. I'm vegan. My body type is Holocaust survivor. And I responded, you think so, 5 hours ago. Peanut Arbuckle was feeling it. Let's just say that. Oh, this is another one. Okay. So, Grot PhD. Hey, Grot, if you're listening and if you come across this, how many hours of nutrition do you get in medical school? This is something that I've heard that doctors and PhDs and medical students going through, no matter where they're going off to different disciplines, that they only get 4 hours of nutrition. And to me, that's the answer. I mean, nutrition, what you put into your body day in and day out is absolutely what we need more doctors or more people to look into. And I think what you'll find is the more people that speak up and talk about plant-based diet, a fully 100% plant-based. And when I say let's compare vegan, or let's talk plant-based and vegan, you can certainly be plant-based vegan. You can certainly be vegan and be unhealthy. There's certainly a lot of vegan foods out there, and vegan, all it means is no animals or animal products in the food. It could be unhealthy, processed, absolutely. It doesn't mean healthy. But what it does mean not animals, which is, to me, the most important part. If you want to consume processed food and hurt your body, do it. I mean, that's on you. That's on the individual. But when you start hurting and choosing to have others suffer and get killed, when you can choose a plant-based option, to me, the answer is pretty simple when you look at it logically. Alex. Oh, let's get in here. Hypothetically, if eating zero animal products decreased human health or well-being to some degree, how much health or well-being would you be willing to sacrifice to contribute being vegan? So being vegan just means causing the least amount of harm possible. Doing your best to cause the least amount of harm and suffering and killing to others. That's what we're trying to do. Is it perfect? No. No one is going to get it perfect. No one. Of course, we have long way to go before we get perfect. Now, perfect is certainly what we're striving for. Is it attainable? No, it's perfection is not attainable, but the act of getting there, of continuing to climb and continuing to get better and cause less suffering. So let's bring up this. This is real life stuff. And I store a lot of this. I probably can talk about a lot of stuff here. And it's right here. Let's pull this up. Look at this. Let me talk about this for a second. Meatball from long extinct mammoth created by food firm. This Australian company resurrects flesh of a lost species to demonstrate the potential of meat grown from cells. This is fascinating. This is, I mean, let's zoom in. Oh, I lost it. What happened to it? Pull it up again. Zoom in here. I can't go any lower. But look at that meatball up there. It's a mammoth. Now, if you tell me that mammoth was not harmed and suffered natural death or whatever, and they took a cell from that animal and grown in this petri dish and made meat or substance or food-like substance from that animal, why would we not want to eat and consume that versus causing actual pain and suffering and killing of a live animal? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that we would want that over the other. So to me, I am fascinated and all for lab-grown meat, lab-grown anything that is going to eliminate the pain and suffering and killing of the animals. Of course, I'm all about that. Why would we not want that? You should be too. But this is very, very cool. This is great. So if we can do that, let's stop breeding animals into existence and we can transition away from causing unnecessary pain, suffering, and killing to these animals. All right? It's really what it comes down to. It's what it comes down to. Where were we? Let's keep going. Let's see. Cow's mad tasty, though. I agree. What do you like most? Burgers, of course. You can make amazing plant-based burger. He said, might be true, but I love the taste of beef. And I said, look, I love the taste of beef, too. I thought I did. But what we have to understand is that we're not actually tasting the flesh of the animal. We're tasting the seasoning, the spices, the condiments that go along with it. We are not tasting the flesh of the animal. It's not like, oh wow, I love burgers come with everything. You like the setting. You like it the way it makes it feel. You like the whole act of eating. But if you replace that with a plant-based lentil option, I just realized I froze here. Can we switch cameras here? Yeah, now I got this camera here. All right, we're at 38 minutes anyway, so let's go ahead and end this. I think I ran out of battery on that one. We're going to end this. Appreciate you joining this live show. If you made it this long, thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Hope you've been enjoying these conversations, these responses. Let me know what you want to hear. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if these videos are good. Let me know if they suck, right? Let me know if I look sick. Let me know if my family looks sick. If we're going to die, let us know. We need to know. No, actually we don't. We are very confident in where we are, our strength, what we are doing, and we are here to help you and anyone else willing to listen. And don't listen to us, but hopefully this inspires you to go off and do your research and look up and continue. If you have questions, feel free to answer or ask them. We have the information. I can point you in the right direction, but I'm not going to get up here and do all these studies. I'll bring some things up if you have actual questions, but for me and us, this is pretty logical. This is the answer. and we're showing you continuing to work out and lift and be strong and have great meals and live a absolute normal life. Another comment that I got was, yeah, our family's normal. Like they grew up eating animals. So I said, you know, when they learned, I think he said 7 at Outback Steakhouse. And so they talked about he's a normal family. And I'd say, you know, normal is what everyone else is doing. And yeah, if that's the definition, if you want to talk about that's normal, yeah. But if you think about it logically, that just doesn't make sense. All right, so over 40 minutes. Thank you for watching. And we will see you in the next video.
Quit eating animals.
Peace.